Just like that, we live once again. A little late, but we here. Happy to be here. Happy to review another show.
Yes, TGIF
Um,
West
yes, TGIF because it's
Friday.
been a hell of a week. Um,
But yes, we are here on this good motherfucking Friday, chasing Dallas, chasing reality. This is our third time reviewing this show. Yes, because we reviewed half of season three, season four, and now season five. So shout out to that. Shout out to chasing reality. Um, I'm gonna just be honest before we get into all of that. Shout out to the people that are gonna watch this on the playback. Shout out to the people that are
shout out to the two people that's here as well.
yes, that are gonna come through tonight. I hope everybody is ready for the weekend. Hope y'all have y'all
Mm-hmm.
drinks, y'all party favors. Uh, yeah, I feel like the energy is kind of low, but yeah.
What you want to do? Would you want to you want to do a chant or something? How you want to?
But yeah, thank you for shout out to everybody that's gonna join us. Chasing Dallas, episode 2, Kiss My ASS. In
Yes,
my
yes.
notes, I put a dollar sign. Um, a mess. But
I feel like it should have just been called Stunt Queen Antics because there were a lot of Stunt Queen antics in this episode and the last one too, honestly. So, um, oh, shout out to the people that are in the chat. Thank you everybody for being here. Galaxy, yes, here once
thank you for
again, back
being
to
here.
back, Maybach,
Yeah,
stack
shout
to
out to
M's,
everybody that's
period.
in
Yes, thank you
the
for being here. Um, y'all better not disappoint me. Oh my god. Okay, the pressure is real. Shout out to Magic User. Thank you for being here. Good to see you. Um, but yeah, Chasing Dallas season 5. I thought she was gone. I'm not gonna lie. I thought she was. I didn't think she was making it to another season.
another
I'm not gonna
season.
lie. Just because of like the stuff that happened last season, and then like Reese leaving, like it just seemed like I know Markel was like producing, but like I don't know. It just seemed like it was done for. But I'm glad it's back. Um, and yeah, I mean, what do you think about these first? What's the vibe of this season so far with these 2 episodes?
I'm bored. I'm not even gonna front. It's the same shit from last season.
Uh huh.
Gossip. Only a certain amount of people really chasing. So I mean, it was expected, but it's crazy that it's always the person who literally offers the least amount, who offers the least to the show, um,
Yeah.
trying to do like the most for a storyline. So I'm bored. FYI, Ariel is gonna be my favorite. She made a cameo the season.
She ain't even on the roster, and she your favorite.
She gonna be my favorite for the rest of the season. So I'm just gonna make that disclaimer
Mm.
right now. But I'm bored. It's drama, and I know they think, or production thinks drama makes the show, but it's repetitive. Also, let us know in the comments how y'all feel about the season. If you guys have watched the first 2 episodes of Chasing Dallas,
Right.
yeah,
Let
how
us
do you
know.
feel about it?
I agree with you. I do feel like so one of my issues with last season was that it's kind of my issue with some of these other shows, no shade, but like I feel like it's very like people are crafting their storylines to be on the show. They're not really showing us their real life. It's more
Mhm.
so like whatever I got going on in my real life, that is not, I don't want to show that. I'm just gonna make up storylines and make up stories and like kind of produce stuff to be on the show. It's like everybody's a character now. Nobody's like an actual person. But I don't want to say that fully because I feel like there are people that give us real moments. So I won't say that that's the show in its entirety, but I feel like there are such large portions of the show seem produced. And I just wish they got back to the real shit, like the real, like, you know, all of the real talent, all of the real struggle, all of the real friendships and triumph and like love and relationships and all of that. Like, um, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not really excited about this cast. Um, but I will
No
say,
offense, at work all day in my head, I've been saying too many bitches with the niggas. Watching this show,
Baby.
it's too many niggas with the bitches. No offense.
Too many bitches with what? Too many niggas with the bitches at. Very
Okay,
bad. Very
literally,
bad.
that was my mood at work today. Like too many bitches with the niggas. Like so, watching the show,
Nah.
it's like too many niggas with bitches. So yeah, it's a weird disconnect. You got one half of the cast who feels like they're housewives,
Yeah.
and then the other real niggas just straight the trade who are portraying like I don't know.
You ever been in some spaces and that's the vibe though? Too many niggas with a bitches at. It's too much testosterone in here. I
Literally,
need some feminine energy to make everything because everybody just mean mugging each other, and I need some friendly
going
energy.
to the store like after work, and this some dude walking in the store before me hopped out of his car like, "Oh, gay ass nigga," and I'm like, "What the fuck is going on right now?" Like,
You looking around like, what the fuck?
what's? But
Let
yeah,
me grab my
I
beer,
know
man.
exactly what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Let me grab my and not. If you were gonna make somebody in any moment, it should be that moment, honestly. Since you always talking about Bear Mace.
You know what? Period. Okay. I said instead of saying period, I'm gonna start saying praise God. So
Okay.
somebody say something pretty effed up.
I'm here for it.
Praise God.
Praise God. Oh, praise him. Yes.
Oh, praise him.
Oh my God. But yes, Galaxy said, I'm gonna watch it tonight. I'm gonna start watching it tonight. I need to see what it's giving. Yeah. I will say, okay, so like I do have my critiques, but I do feel like the show is kind of funny. Like, I don't know. Like, maybe I've just given up. Like, I'm not giving up, but like maybe I'm just like, okay, this is what the show is still gonna give. Let me find the humor in it, in the produced storylines. So I said, who the fuck soft launches a book? Like, excuse me, like,
Yeah,
how do
tell
you
me
soft
people
launch
that.
a book? It's a book, it's a finished product. You can't soft launch it. Like, what the hell? You can soft launch a product because like the product can continue to evolve, but like a book is a book. Like it's I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, I said Telly is a key. Telly was a key for that.
When I first watched it, the first time I watched it, I was literally like losing my mind. Like, how the fuck do you soft launch a book? But then like that's when I just started to be like, you know what? Shout out to him for having the audacity to pull some shit like that. Cause I couldn't do it. But you did it. Like, shout out to you. You were able to like
assemble the cast and told them that they can read the back cover.
If that's
Of
not an antic, I don't know what is.
No shit, I said it was also giving main event energy. If you know, you know. Not Telly trying to go against the grain and only hit like 4 people. Wasted hell, Chef Marquise wasted all his time and energy to feed like
we'll get to Chef Marquise. Like Chef Marquise was not putting too much effort into that catering. The samples, the rice and broccoli.
Maybe
rice and broccoli. It didn't look bad, but it didn't look like. I'm like, rice and broccoli. That's it. Where's the meat? Where's the beef? Like,
maybe he knew he was only gonna be feeding 10 people, so he didn't go all out, go crazy. No shade. Would you slave in the kitchen?
I want to hit that remove button so bad.
I'm just saying, Telly is a key though. That soft launching a book is a key.
Oh my god. But yeah, that made me lose my mind. And then I said, I can't choose over there only being one book at this event, and then or there being no pages in the book, like written pages in the book, or him charging $20. I don't know which one to go after.
It's the $20 to me.
I don't know which one, because everyone just hits me like, whoa, no pages? Whoa, one book?
I said, not Telly's charging $20 for this pamphlet, baby.
Jesus.
You know, I said it's giving a PlayStation booklet. Like when you buy a video game and the little booklet is in the game in the case. That's what it's
giving that.
Like
it's giving pamphlet vibes.
Very 4 pages.
Like, are there pictures? That's what I want to know.
and his characterness progresses even more because he did some shit season episode 2, and I was like,
Ted Lee is starting to feel like a villain on like Sesame Street or something. Like I feel like he's like becoming like a cartoonish, like scammer like character. It's funny.
I can see that.
But yeah, the antics never end. And yeah, that made me lose my mind. But yeah, that's pretty much everything I had to say about episode 1. Did you have any other thoughts? No? Okay.
I will say I thought the season premiere was better than episode 2.
Okay.
As far as chasing, but of course my girl Ariel O'Hara Monroe came back. So of course,
and performed down and left. I said, period. That's how you eat the girls up.
And that swimsuit. I said, ooh, come on, body. Legs and
yes.
I said, come through, body. Ain't that stage up and left.
Yeah. Yeah, love Ariel down. I wish she was on this season as a cast member. But shout out to her, love her down. And also shout out to Blue Devil Babe. Also love her down. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for being here.
Appreciate you. Galaxy said they said I'm gonna release the first chapter. Maybe he's gonna release the book like episodes. Like every chapter, like a month for every chapter.
It's kind of given that episode of the Cosby Show when Elvin gave Sandra that necklace with one pearl, and he was like, "Oh, I'll add one pearl every year that we marry." I was like, "Go off."
I can't.
Not a chapter per year, baby.
Right? You gotta earn it, I guess. Like
a chapter every 2 weeks. It is.
Magic User said, I don't care what anyone says. I still like Ted Sunsenall because he doesn't make other people on the cast's storyline. True, Ted does just show up and like stuff just be happening. Like,
see, that's one person who I feel like is like authentically like themselves.
Right.
Like Ted Lee is like, I don't want to say like a klutz, dingy.
Okay.
It's kind of like the word. It's like,
yeah,
that's where straight, and that's what makes him relatable and likable. At least for me.
Right. That's where I feel like I was thinking of like him being like a cartoon character where like he just be like oblivious in his own world. And like, you know, people be like outside looking in, they be like, what the fuck? What the fuck is going on? But yeah, Ted Lee is also, he's a key, but it's like, what the fuck is going on at the same time? Like it's a mix of both. But shout out to Pickens. They said maybe proteins cost extra and it wasn't in the budget. That is a good point. That's a good point. It may not have been in the budget. It may not have been. They may be trying vegetarianism. Who knows? And shout out to Blue Devil Bay for having Duke as her profile pic. Okay. You went to Duke? She's educated. Like Magic User says, I've given him credit for having food and beverages with even no product. That is true. That is true. And Magic User, are you shading somebody? Because you know somebody this episode had an event and there was nothing but
liquor,
libations, dry libations at that. But yeah, you being shady. But I guess we'll get to it. But yeah, do we want to kind of just get into the episode now and kind of
we can just jump right into the episode too.
Okay. Before we start, I just want to say thank you everybody that's here, but definitely leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. We funny, you know, a little chaotic but funny.
Okay, I put up the hearts. They gave me the hearts the last time I put my thumb up.
Right, didn't you? There we go. Thumbs up. But yes, okay, so we open. Speaking of Ted Lee, this scene might be my favorite scene of the entire episode. My favorite moment of the episode. I just feel like this solidified how I feel about Ted Lee. And this review might make him my favorite in the season so far. I don't know. I'm just putting that thought out there. But Ted Lee ends up meeting up with Robert Ray to show him a space. Um, I think Robert Ray is trying to he's trying to get his own salon up and running. So like he shows him this space. First of all, the space is way out and where. Like I'm like, where are
In
they?
the
I don't
middle of
see any
nowhere.
buildings. And I'm not saying like I don't know if he would have like a salon in the city, but like I was just like, this looked like the middle of nowhere. Like driving out
Pretty
there,
much.
I'm like, but I guess they were just going to get the keys so that they could drive to the spot, right? Or was that the spot?
I
Because that
think
kind of
that
confused me.
was the spot that,
Because they were looking inside,
yeah.
right? Okay.
And
Fuck. Ugh.
Not Robert, Ted Lee was like, we can come back on the weekend. Oh no, on the weekend, on the weekday. I'm like, who the fuck about to drive back out here? Like,
Right.
no,
The
but yeah, I think that
motivation.
was the spot that Robert was trying to rent. They couldn't get inside.
Mm,
I said that's the key, not you having this man waste his gas money to look through the window.
right.
Who's that peeping through my window? Cause
They
baby,
was looking through. You know they,
you
no
know what
shade,
it
but
was.
you know they black man in the South, so you know somebody was probably calling.
You know what it was giving? They should have had a cameraman on the other side of the window, and it would have gave Mama D when she put up in that restaurant with Shirley Curtis. These people through that window, like
Who is
it was
that?
giving Mama D.
I remember because I literally just rewatched Atlanta on Netflix, but like who is I can't remember who she was looking at in the restaurant.
Her husband and Rashida's mom.
Oh,
She was on
okay.
them crutches. People, that's what it was. She was on them crutches. People through the window. Mama D is a key, but yeah, shout out to Telly. Because I
Yeah.
said, not you having this man pull up to the venue, the residence, and you can't get inside.
Do I feel like Ted Lee is giving me like Akeem vibes? Not in like, not that they act the same, but just like like they're characters. Like they're people that you're like they're entertaining to watch because they're just such characters, I guess you could say. But yeah, he kind of reminds me of Akeem. But the look on Robert Ray's face when he was like, "We gonna have to come back because I don't have the keys." He was like, "Bitch, you don't have the keys!" Like, what the fuck? He was mad as hell. I would have been too, to be honest.
Right?
But so what scene was more disrespectful? This scene, Robert Ray driving all the way out to meet Ted Lee and Ted Lee not having the keys to show off the property, or G status when Akeem left December. No, December left Akeem at that damn Joanne Fabrics. And had him cussing him out, scaring the hell out of those white women in that Joanne
I
Fabric.
forgot about that scene.
Oh,
Oh my goodness. Left him in that damn fabric store. And I was like, why would you agree to even meet Dre Simmer anywhere before 1 o'clock p.m.? Like, baby, you did it to yourself, King. But I'm definitely gonna say Ted Lee's wasting Robert Ray's good time by having him look through the window at a place that he could possibly rent. Like that's absolutely absurd to me.
yeah, them having to peek through the window. You know what it's kind of giving? When I first was looking for places in Chicago when I wanted to move here, I was like going on Craigslist. I was going on like all different sites, and I used to get these emails from people saying like, "Oh, my space is available." Like my space is available, and then I would be like, "Okay, yeah, I'm interested." And then it would be like, "Oh, well, I live in like I don't know, some random city in Montana, and my daughter lives in Chicago though, and like you can drive by and like look at the space and like you can't go in because I don't have the keys." But and I'm like, what the fuck? This is like some scammy shit. I feel like this is
Right?
what Bentley is doing. I say all that to say that I feel like this is making me think of that. Like
Yeah, me honest.
Bentley would do some shit like that. No
I
shit.
think that.
But
Allegedly, yes.
allegedly,
Big emphasis on allegedly.
I don't need him or his eyebrows coming after me.
My goodness.
Um,
Or his mini men.
he does have many men
My
for sure.
goodness.
Do you think that Robert Ray thought driving all the way out there, like, is he trying to make me his next? Because he always pops up with like some random man. Do you think like that's what was happening? Do you think he even made that thought? Because I would have been thinking that, like, is he? Why am I driving all the way out here? What's going on? Like,
I don't. I think it was just Tedley just being a klutz.
okay,
Like, yeah, I got this property and you can't see it, but I have this property that I can show you to say that I showed you this property.
right.
Even if it is in no man's land. Like, not him trying to make the real nigga. And I'm also need for Robert Ray to stop pitching that he's a real nigga. Like, you messy as hell, homeboy. But
He is very messy.
we gonna talk about that.
But think about the messiest person you know. The
It's a nigga.
messiest bitch you know. It's a man.
It's a nigga. It's a nigga.
Like,
It's a nigga.
for sure.
You are absolutely right.
But yes, this was a whole mess. My favorite scene, of course. Okay, so the next scene, Astro sits down with his gay father. I wrote it like that, Fautha. But anyway, his gay father.
I'm sorry, deep cut, but I spell it Fava, father.
Yes, father.
So it sounds like Mendices.
Yeah,
Like
the New Yorkers. The
yeah,
New York and the T.
very thick Harlem accent.
Yes.
Father.
Yes. Okay, I like that. So Astro visits his gay father. And yeah, I really also like this scene. I thought this scene was cool. I love to see like I don't know, like I love to see like platonic relationships between gay men because I feel like sometimes like in media, like a lot of like what we see between like gay men, especially black gay men, is sexual or it's violence. And so I like to see like especially if it's like platonic, like just like platonic friends hanging out and like being able to identify with each other. And then also the fact that it's his gay father, so he's older than him and not like a year older, like some gay daughter father parent relationships we know. But he's just seemed like, more old enough to like be able to guide Astro and like help him and support him. So I really liked just seeing like them interact, and I like that Astro has that type of person in his corner. How did you
I agree. Especially since the story that Astro gave while sitting down with his father about falling out with his friend. It is good that Astro has like somebody to fall back on and support, because being in this group can kind of be like wishy-washy. So yeah, I agree with everything you said. It's good. It's great that he has like guidance and somebody that can like mentor him in this nut ass world.
It is a nut ass world for sure.
I just want to say, this world is nutty. So do you think this world got a white mama? Like the person that birthed this world, do you think? I'm just asking.
No.
I just had to pose the question.
I just remembered you dragging Darian. It's probably because he got a white mama. I said, Troy, my goodness.
Well, there's biracials with a white mama. That's nutty. So let me not say all people or all white people with a white mama. Anybody with a white mama is crazy. It's mostly biracials with a white mama. That's nutty. This world is nutty. So I'm wondering if her mother is a white woman. If she's biracial, if her mother's a white woman. That's all I'm asking. Possibly. No shade to anybody.
Possibly.
Yeah, no shade to anybody with a white mama.
Magic User said the most messiest person is Nicole. Excuse me. Is Nicole always in the mess globally, child? Not regionally, not nationally, globally.
Goodness.
She probably has something to do with the Palestine getting Magic User. You cannot say that. Jesus Christ. I was not expecting that. That Magic User, you're
on glitching. You StreamYard be like, nope, not today.
Jesus Christ.
Nicole is messy though.
But yes, Nicole is very messy.
It's crazy because she is so talented. She should be showcasing like her talents, her craft. But
I live for a messy person, like a messy bitch. But I feel like it just has to be done in a way that's entertaining.
Twix.
Twix, you think Twix does it in a way that's entertaining? Because I know somebody that does well.
Twix is like underhanded. But Twix is a working girl, so Twix can be like working, and one
Yeah.
thing, and the next thing, like, oh, I don't know why people are yelling at me, bitch, because you messy. So Twix knows how to walk that line. I feel like chasing, working, and then like being messy.
Do you think
Also Carl from
that's who I was gonna say?
Web Life, stirring a
That's what I
pot,
was
but
gonna say.
also like grinding and hustling. Like
Yeah. I
those,
feel like
those people come to mind.
he was performing, but at the same time, I feel like, do you think being like shady and being messy combined is better than just being messy? Because I feel like being shady and being messy, like that's what Carl was. Like Carl was shady and he was messy, but he was like adding the shade on top of it, so it was even funnier. Like I feel like, whereas I feel like Twix is just messy, and
Yeah,
it's
just
like,
okay.
it's not as entertaining because it's not funny. I don't know. It's just kind of draining. But
I can see that.
that's a different. That's Atlanta, baby. We in Dallas. Um.
The same girl, honestly.
Oh my God. I wonder how the cast feels about the Beyonce album, the country album. I wonder like what that's given in like the Houston clubs and Dallas clubs. They probably are enjoying it.
Probably down there line dancing.
Okay, I'm here for a line dance.
I'm not mad at that. So shout out to
Yeah,
that. I know that album is gonna go off at some barbecue, some cookout
I can't wait.
down south this.
Ooh,
So
yes.
shout out to that.
but yeah, so yeah, we talked about Astro and his gay father and like them just talking about just the music. I guess they did collabed on a song, which I thought was cool. So Astro then tells his gay father about I guess a fight that he had with his friend. And to me, this was like kind of confusing because he was talking about how he had this friend, the friend lived with him, and then the friend's like baby mama started living with them, and then she moved out, and then the friend got a girlfriend, and then for some reason his friend that has nothing to do with that situation is fighting him now. Like I was just kind of confused as to what was happening. I feel like we weren't getting the whole story, and not to say that Astro was like at fault, but just like it just didn't make sense to me. But um maybe I'm a little light in the head and I didn't get it. Did anybody understand what was going on?
Maybe you're a little miscombobulated.
Okay.
No shade.
Not too much.
Goodness. But somebody said they don't play that music in the club, in the Dallas clubs.
Really? That's unfortunate. I wish. I mean, what are the gay clubs giving? That's what I want to know. What do they play?
Probably Sexy Red right now.
Oh, probably. I mean, they could play some Beyonce in there too. Massachusetts said, I live in Texas, born and raised. All I gotta say is 16 carriages riding away. Love it. But I don't do the clubs. Okay, period. Yeah, the clubs be getting oof. The club is anyway, that's a different conversation for a different day. Let us get our asses on to this review. But yeah, so
the 21 to 25 club. It's really the 21 to 23 club because it's the younger.
Yeah. I like a lounge now for sure. Lounge now, a bar. Yeah, just somewhere where it's just
good music, but the vibe isn't so on the 1,000. The vibe is just like more relaxed. Like people aren't bumping into you like constantly.
True. And one thing about the summer is that you have more spaces to like just be out. Like you can be outside, so you can be at the lake, like, or just like, go to a park or something and just like hang out and not necessarily have to go to the club. But yeah, the club is not giving. So somebody need to save the clubs. Like,
child, maybe they should put more red rooms in the club. That's
even a whole different party.
That will kill that let out energy. I'm telling you,
Child, you know what? I used to live for the trap music in at the Woodward in Detroit. Some of the spaces here. Um, but yeah, I Spicy Original said, "Is it good dance music?" Um, Master User says TikTok blew up with her Texas Hold'em song, but I haven't listened to the whole album yet. Oh yeah, yeah, I like it. It's pretty good. Um, but her saying is a good dance music. Um,
I
depending
think
on where you
she's
go.
is she asking about Beyonce's
Oh, maybe.
With Carter
Yeah,
album?
you could definitely bust a two step to it.
Okay, could you pop the bussy to it though? Like,
Definitely. I just was trying to be coy, but yes, you
okay,
definitely can. But
you right because this is a family show.
true. but um
So,
but yeah, Astro talking about his situation with his gay father was, I mean, I'm glad he had somebody to talk to, so that was nice.
mhm.
But but yeah, I like their interaction, even though I didn't fully understand what was happening with him and his friend. And also, did you hear that he quit music and now he's joining the military or something like that?
Wait, Astro is?
I think so. Yeah, I think I saw it on TTB. I want to say, but yeah, it's something about him quitting music. So like this scene made me feel even more bad about it because it's like, oh, like he was talking about how you fought your friend and how they were like so cool and they did music together, music together, and and so like once they fell out, he couldn't release certain songs, I think, and so now he's quit music. But yeah, it's sad. Like
I didn't
after
hear.
watching this,
I didn't hear that. Him going to the military. Ooh, I don't know how I feel about.
can you see Astro in the military? I'm not trying to be funny, but like, can you see him in the military? I would kind of live for it. I want that web series.
I will be here for a
I
Finn
want that web series.
Sergeant Finn bitch. Well, you know the cadets cannot call him that, but yeah, I won't be mad at that.
I feel like it would
I
be
would not be mad at that. It's also kind of just reminding me of Andar from the Come Up. Remember when he decided to join the military?
Yeah.
So I wonder how that's going for him. But you know how I feel about black men in the military.
In the military. Find that white man's war. My goodness.
Let's talk about it. You know, we'll cover that on the day.
I don't even want to take. I don't even want to wait that tea. Wait
okay,
that tea,
baby. So that's a different episode on another episode. You say,
yeah. So but yes, moving on along. So Keyshawn ends up sitting down with Robert Ray and somebody else. They never really addressed who that was. He was just kind of chilling. And they've been doing that a lot this season, where it just be people just chilling. It's like, who is that? Like they need, can we get a lower third, like so and so's friend, or like they'll cut to a person. I'm just like, who is that? Like, why are they there? But not why are they there, but like it's just a random person. I want to know who it is. But Astro, no, Astro isn't in the scene. It's just Keyshawn, Robert, and then this person, I guess one of their friends. But Keyshawn kind of talks about, I guess, like him trying to figure out his career path, and like I guess he wants to do education, but he was doing the blog. And I was just like, Keyshawn, this is why you should mind your business and put your energy into like your art and your hustle. Like, you are so worried about what Ted Lee is doing and his license and all this and all that. And it's like, okay, but where's the blog? Where's the, like, what are you going to do? I feel like he's projecting onto Ted Lee. Like, he's insecure about his career and where he's going. And that's not like a slight or anything. Like, it's relatable. But like, you projecting it onto Ted Lee instead of just being like, let me go figure out what I want to do in my career.
right?
So yeah, the whole,
I said the same thing. It's basically like season 1 where it's like I do fashion, but like at least for me, fashion was never produced. So we're 2 episodes in. He says he wants to launch like a fragrance line. Cool. Then he talked about wanting to do like education, and it's like, well, when are we actually going to see like these career paths play out? Like,
right.
on the cameras. Like I think you said it multiple times. Like you would rather see these people or like see these personalities actually do what they say they talk about, and not
Right.
really talk about it so much. So this is like you said, this isn't a slight to Keyshawn or Shay, but like if you are gonna do like if you say you do education, like or if you say you do any type of like talent or craft, like at least show that on camera and don't
Mhm.
be so messy and taking digs at like Ted Lee and we still like no shade. You spent all season to produce like a 10-second video clip. So
Of you walking through a park,
well, right, and I was
that's
just like
also a key though, because it's like, why am I here? You wasted my time. Like,
very much so. It's kind of giving Ted Lee book soft book lines. Like
yes, it's like getting trolled
it
essentially.
is
Like
very
you
much
showing
so.
up for what? Like
But
I shouldn't have showed up.
yeah,
But
I don't mind Keyshawn, but it's just like mind your business. Like focus
I
on
just
what you got going on and just like just yeah.
I agree. But I feel like this is more so what I was talking about when it comes to like creating a storyline to be on the show. I feel like Keyshawn is going through things in his life, but I feel like I mean, he was honest about like his career, like trying to figure out where he wants to go and what he wants to do. But I just feel like we don't really see we don't really see him chasing anything. And that's a couple other people on the show, but we don't really see them chasing anything. We just see them kicking up mess.
Right,
And it's
right,
not even their own mess. It would be one thing if it was your mess, like
right.
your relationship or your friendship, but it's like y'all are asking about other people's shit. And it's like that's not really your story to
I think what
ask
it is,
about, you know?
people are like trying to be like a bone carrier. They think being like the bone carrier is interesting and it carries the show and the season and makes them interesting. That
Yeah.
really only makes you interesting if you have other things going on outside of the drama of the show. So, like, if Keyshawn was focused on like the blog and we saw him styling people or wearing different like pieces like to the show or on the show, or with like his fragrance line, if we saw him meeting with different like vendors and shit like that, that would be cool. And then he could be messy, but just being a bone carrier is your storyline is just it's
Yeah.
it's
It
draining.
looks uneven. It's like,
Yeah,
why are you here?
yeah,
Like, but but yeah, no, I think about that all the time about like think about how many views like chasing gets, like chasing Dallas would get on a season. Like, you know how like they be doing them posts where it's like, oh, 1 million views a season, like 1 million views a season, or you know, whatever. Like, I feel like just thinking about that and thinking like, wow, like 1 million people watched this, or this was seen 1 million times. So like I feel like that's a big platform that you're on. Like, and I feel like oop, are you back?
yeah.
Okay,
If
sorry. StreamYard glitched for a second. But yeah, I feel like they don't take advantage of the opportunity.
Mhm.
And let us know how y'all feel in the chat. Like, I feel like I don't know. I just don't feel like people take as much advantage because it's like there are people watching this, you know, especially being like a minority, you know, double minority, black and queer. Like I feel like people flock to this because they're like, oh, they want to see something that, you know, they can identify with.
Right.
And some of those people are in high places. So you just never know like where somebody will find you. So
True. Like
but
we say all the time, like you never know like who's like you just said, you know, you don't know who's like watching these shows and
right.
kind of being clouded in drama and mess. That's all people are like gonna associate you with. So you can be like
Yeah.
the most
Uh,
talented stylist or like fashion designer or hairstylist or nail tech, but if you're constantly messy on like TV, nobody's gonna want to like network with you.
right. Or if you're just not showing, like you can be messy. It's just like just show what you're really good at. Show your art. Show your because it's like okay, like yeah, you were messy, but I think people now know like that's TV. Like
Right,
that's sometimes. If you can go a little too far and people be like, no, I don't want that person around me. But some people are like, okay, you were kind of an asshole on the show. It's TV, like it's fine. But if I meet you in person and you're like normal, like okay, cool. But like if you're not really showing like that you're good at something or that you're moving towards something, it's just kind of like all we know about you is that you were on that show, which
Right.
is cool, but like I can't book that, unless you're like hosting a club or something like that. But I feel like not everybody's going towards club promotion.
True.
I.e., that summer where Rich Dollars and Erica Mena was getting money together. Like, deep cut.
You know what? I, for some reason, don't have the ability to leave this damn studio. It says end for me. So if I just end it, it's just gonna end the whole damn thing. So it's gonna end the whole franchise.
You
so,
got the detonation button.
it is. Not this summer, Erica Mena and Richie Dollars making money. I'm sorry. But
and also, not to before you start, I just wanted to highlight Daniel K's comment. Also, Shawty NYC, I see you in the building. Appreciate you for being here. But yeah, sorry to cut you off. What were you saying?
Oh no, I was just gonna piggyback off everything you said. Just mess is good to a certain extent, but like being vulnerable and chasing or any platform or any show is the most relatable. Like,
Right.
So just market yourselves like with wisely, I guess. Like, because I always said, baby, if I was on chasing, I'm chasing. Like, fuck the drama, because it's gonna be organic. Like, you put a bunch of people together, somebody's not gonna like each other, and that's just gonna build like, hey, you heard that bitch don't like each other, and that's how it starts. So it doesn't like you don't have to come on set like, bitch, I'm gunning for you. I don't like you because you don't do this or you lied about this. So.
Yeah,
That's
it's
weird.
more so like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's just not as like organic as I want it to be.
Mhm.
I do feel like Chasing does like try to show stuff, but maybe they just don't have. This is why I always advocate for less cast members, because I feel like the less people you have, the more you can show their life and what they're doing. And I feel like that I know they want to have a bigger cast because they want the cast to interact and have issues between each other. But I don't know. I just feel like it's hard to cover all these people, and like what they have to offer.
So I feel like with this many people, shows should do like A cast and then B cast. A cast is like kind of like the
Yeah,
heavy
I agree with that.
who bring like the most of the show, and then the B cast would be the friend of the show, the people that kind of stir the pot, whatever, and that's how you get that balance. Like,
Right.
For me, if it's a whole episode of Chasing and they're doing nothing but music showcases, or somebody's doing hair, or somebody's getting their nails done, I don't give a fuck, baby. Listen, I will watch that goddamn episode. I will be the million view. I would be the person to watch that episode a million times. So they would have 2 million views for that goddamn season. So yeah, like if it's an episode of them just working, grinding, like the drama will literally. I don't give a fuck about drama. I don't give a fuck about the drama now. So if it's just working, like I'm tuned in, and I'm tuned in now, but I'm literally like, oh, this is what they do for a living, and this is how they do that, and this is how they never. Like when Willa went to that last season of Chasing Atlanta, when Willa, I'm sorry, we're digressing like a direct.
No, go ahead.
Last season when Willa went to the I think the hair salon or hair studio.
Oh yeah, she had that partnership.
Shooting the commercial.
Yeah,
so I was like, damn, that's dope as well. Like for me,
cool.
that's what Chasing was about. Like, it's about like networking and like showcasing your talent and all of that. Like, of course, the drama's gonna beat her, but it's for me. I'm in my mid-30s. Like, it's kind of like high school. I can only take so much of like bickering and shading.
Yeah, and it's just kind of like inorganic. Like it's just like, oh, you were sleeping with so and so's man, and it's just like, why the fuck do you care? Like, I'm sorry, why do you care about like,
right?
I just feel like I get conflict like that, but like it just seems so inorganic at this point, and it's just kind of like, I think they just need people that really want to show a specific talent, and that's not to say that these people have no talent. I just feel like they're not really all showcasing it,
right?
But yeah, we did.
Speaking of talent, because we did the real. I do want to shout out Jet Jeff because he was getting on that stage doing that cardio, baby. So shout out to Jet Jeff because Jet Jeff low key kind of messy, throws up past his hand, but he works because he did do the showcase with Ariel. The performance for Ariel, the season premiere. So, like,
true.
Shout out to Jet Jeff.
You said he was getting in a workout. Do you think if Tybo still existed, that like workout DVD, like that workout, like I don't even know what to call it, but like it was like a workout DVD people would like
Was
watch
this
to
the
work out or whatever.
Buns of Steel?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I feel like he would be in one of those videos if they
It's
existed
crazy
today.
how everybody went from one Buns of Steel,
Yeah.
Buns of
Uh,
that to the BBL.
why would I don't know why you would want Buns of Steel. That doesn't make any sense.
Right.
Why would you want to? Yeah, anyway, we're still digressing. But anyway, but okay, so we're gonna go to the next scene. But yeah. Oh, I also want to highlight 7D and Kesey. Um, I think their relationship. I like their relationship. I like how like Seven like helps Kesey do stuff. I think he's his manager.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they're a cute couple. They're a fine couple too. So
Very attractive.
like
It's 7 beats suck my dick. It's 7 deep suck my dick to the beat. Every time I see him, I think about that verse.
he came up with that line. That's him.
Yes, that was I think last season of Chasing Dallas. It was either season 3 or season 4 of Chasing Dallas. They did.
I do remember that song.
Yeah, that was him. It's 7 deep.
Wow.
Deep. And every time I think about that line, I think about that Queen of the Ring battle where QB alleged that somebody was giving. No, it was Miss Hustle alleged that QB was bobbing her head to the crazy beat.
I can't. Your mind, the way your mind works, I love it.
Connecting just random shit, baby. Like, it's just you connecting them on weird, random is weird as shit. But yes, that's
Mr. You knew it was in his brain. Like, ooh, but
they are a very attractive couple, very handsome couple, baby. Come on, Black queer love, Black queer creative love, baby.
Yes, I love it. I love.
They need a spinoff.
I need that spinoff.
They need a spinoff. Kind of like an On the Run type of spinoff, baby.
Not on the run. They robbed a bank.
Not rob a bank. No, don't do that. Don't go there.
Oh, you said On the Run. I'm like
On the Run, not Bonnie and Clyde.
Okay.
Kind of like they're musicians, so they do like different tours,
like an album,
like album or like a tour where they go to like different cities and like do shows. So that would be cute. Yeah, Chasing, get on that. Give us that Kesey and Mr. 7D spinoff.
I'm here for it.
I'll be here for it.
That and then Astro in the military. I need both. I need both of those. I need both of those. Like, I'm sorry. I need both and Dario. I need them both.
I wonder what they're gonna make him. Is they gonna make him drop that Jaja? Because I don't think you could be a Jaja in the armed forces.
I think they're accepting now. You know, Astro's likable, so maybe he's the one that changes things for the girls. Like this is his path.
A trendsetter, a trailblazer.
Yes.
I would love that for Astro.
I'm here for it.
Sergeant Jaja, baby.
Not Sergeant Jaja. But yes. Also wanted to highlight J.K. Jones creative directing. He had like a J.C. Jones. Sorry, we haven't really talked about him. But he had like a creative directing scene in his event space. How do you feel about him? He was introduced last episode, but
handsome, but the contacts killing me. Like the contacts are very Vampire in Brooklyn. Like I feel like I don't know, those contacts, I feel like they might glow in the dark. So it's a bit much for me.
Well, you know, when they zoomed in on his face when, oh boy, the chef asked about his relationship with Blac Chyna. I said Blac Chyna.
Blac Chyna.
I said, whoa. But yeah, when they zoomed in on his face and his eyes were like, I was like, oh my God.
And it's crazy. He's a very handsome man. I just feel like he will be better without the contacts.
He does. I mean, he took the contacts out in the confessionals for this episode. So I was like, oh, something's different about him. And it was that. But yeah, he's very handsome, but I do wish he leave us contacts alone. You know, I think dark brown eyes is like dark features look amazing on Black people and like even like other dark skinned people of other races. Like I just feel like dark features on like dark skin or like, you know, tan skin looks real good. And I mean, of course, there are people that have like green eyes, black people that have green eyes and hazel eyes or whatever. Naturally, yes,
colored
naturally.
green and hazel.
Um,
Okay.
but naturally colored eyes.
Tamika Tiny hair.
That could also be something. Naturally colored eyes, you know, they act a fool too. It's like being super tall. That's like your personality trait now. Like Brittany with the green eyes.
One show that we watched, and somebody was like, "What's your personality trait?" She was like, She was gonna sound biracial, but she ended up saying that I'm the only child. She had a white mama.
I do remember that.
And she had a white mama. I'm sorry, we didn't really talk about white mamas, but baby, you got colored eyes. I think of you as the devil. And then to go and put artificial colored eyes contacts in your head, no.
Yeah, the contacts were contacting.
They were.
But I did like the scene. It seemed like he just kind of dumped a lot of information, like his backstory on us. Like he was in a relationship, and the relationship turned abusive, unfortunately, and that was when he lived in LA, and then he ended up coming to Dallas, and then he does a couple of things. It seems like he does creative direction. He owns that space. And I think it was something else.
He said he's like multi-talented acts, things, photographer, I think creative director. Okay. He opened that space and he said it's for content creators. Now I said, what you mean by that? Is it music videos, fashion shows?
It's Dallas. So if it was LA, it would definitely be the OnlyFans girly.
Okay.
I don't know if I
say OnlyFans girls. When you say content creators, I'm like, because we create content, but it's not on that spectrum. So I just need
you. Nickname is Nikki, but my name ain't Nicole. I do content creation, but I'm not.
We need some clarification on that. But I said they ain't here freaking or what they doing. Look at them freaks getting busy on the dance floor. Like, what is
that? Would be an industrial spot because it was just like an industrial, like concrete floor, concrete wall. That would be.
That's where the Timbs come in handy, baby. That's where the Timbs come in handy. That's where the Timbs come in handy, baby. And they had that grip, baby.
Jesus. Well, I agree with Magic User. At least he is showing some work.
He is.
Yes, I am here for it. And he seems really cool and very nice, and just talking about his, past. He was vulnerable with us, so I like that about him. And I like how he was like, oh, like growing up, I didn't see like successful Black gay men, so I want to be that. I want to be that person for other people, which I think is really nice.
Hey, shout out to that. So, that was a really unique mindset to have,
right?
Kind of give back instead of, I guess, being one of the older, I guess, bitter gays. I don't want to sound shady, but yeah, I think it's dope that he has that mindset.
Yeah. No, I agree. Because so many people, like, I feel like they do go through shit and then they try to put it on other people, like, as they get older. But, yeah, I'm glad that he's trying to be a good representation. And I think they're all good representations for the most part on the show. So, he also said, or they also said, I don't mind JC. He doesn't seem to be coming on too strong or messy. Yes, and he definitely checked oh boy that asked him about the Blac Chyna situation. He was like, well, he didn't check him in the scene. He should have checked him in the scene. That would have been, if they had just went back and forth. Like, you asked him about Blac Chyna, but this broccoli is this broccoli is not broccoli in. Like,
not to lose his culinary skills.
I'm just saying, like, I feel like that's the shade would, if it would have went back and forth, see, that would have been a Carl versus Brendan situation, like where they go back and forth. I feel like that's what could have happened, but it didn't, unfortunately. But yeah, I think his space looks really nice. It's very spacious. He can do a lot with it. So I'm excited to see how that, what he ends up, other things he ends up doing with the space. One small thing I want to hit on before I move on. He said that he was kicked out of his apartment by his boyfriend, which, I mean, he was in an abusive relationship. So, like, maybe, like, something else happened. But, like, I was wondering, like, aren't you on the lease of the like apartment? Like, and even if you're not, baby, I would have claimed squatters' rights. Like, baby, I get mail here. I'm not about to leave. Like, not until I find another apartment. Like, I live here now legally. Like, but if you're in an abusive relationship, then I guess it's
Right.
it's a different
Not
story.
squatters' rights, my goodness.
Listen, you trying to kick me out unlawfully. Like, especially, I mean, of course, I've been paying rent, like, or at least putting.
Right.
You think he was putting something on that rent? Most definitely.
I feel like he was.
In LA, yeah. So like, I live here legally.
Goodness.
But yeah, I thought it was nice. Um, he had like a little like photo shoot with someone that owns a hookah lounge, and then or just sells hookah, and then later that day he had like a a party, a little like
That after hours event.
a soft launch.
I don't think there's no soft in the building, baby.
I mean, it was cool. Would you have gone to this event?
I would have.
Okay.
Definitely at like 2-3 o'clock in the morning, baby.
Mhm.
It's given it's given Freaknik, but it's sophisticated. Elegant.
Okay. I didn't see nobody was. I don't think it was giving Freaknik. It was giving
so very
a vibe, but you said a what?
Very softcore Freaknik. It's after hours.
Okay.
The dances are kind of skimpy.
The dances were skimpy. Yes.
Yeah, I would have went. I like the vibe, and I also like the color scheme. I know it was dark, but like just the neon lighting was really cool.
It was cute. Yeah, I would have went too. Yeah, I like JC's so far. Yeah, he seems like good people. Still want to know about that tea about Black China though. That's what I want to know.
China loves a gay man. Or bisexual.
You know what?
Bisexual.
Bisexual. Yes, right. She's a soft Freaknik. Yes. But yeah. Also, a stray thought about Seven. I've been meaning to bring this up. He looks like a mix between Lakeith Stanfield and Kid Cudi. I've been wondering who he looks like for the longest, and it's like that combination. Because I was like, he kind of has eyes like. I was like, first of all, he looks like Kid Cudi because I was like, oh, he does music. So I was like, oh, he kind of looks like Kid Cudi. And then I was like, he kind of looked like Lakeith Stanfield too, like something about him. But I was trying to figure it out who he looked like for the longest, but just a straight thought, I guess.
7 Deep and Kesey are gonna make beautiful babies.
Period. I'm here for it.
I kind of want to be deep cut. The Lion King when Simba was born. So 2 Mufasas. I want to be the godfather to their Simba. So I want to be, I guess, whatever animal that was that held Simba up off that cliff. I want to be that for 7 Deep and Kesey. So shout to that.
Period. Okay.
I feel like that's off the record. Anyway.
you was about to go to I had to reel it back. Oh my god. But okay, so yeah, that scene was cool. That whole little scene was nice. JC showing himself and like, what he plans to do in Dallas. And I also like how he's talking about Dallas. I feel like sometimes these shows don't really talk about how they interact with the city they're in. It's just kind of like, they're doing their own thing, but I want to see them kind of integrate more in the city. What are you kidding about?
The comments, Pickens picked up on it. See, it wasn't anything sexual, but I was gonna say I was gonna be the monkey that's holding up the baby. But I'm not me calling myself a monkey.
I just
first and foremost, not me calling myself a monkey. So I was like, I was trying to think of the term, but I'm like, yeah, not me calling myself
the Veronica Vega jumped out. The Erica Mena jumped out. My goodness.
I'm sorry. Listen. Not on Algorithm Internet, baby. I'm sorry. But yeah, I want to be the animal that held up Simba for Kesey.
I'm here for it. I mean, I love that for you. Ooh, she's taking it. I'm
like,
not mad at it.
Cinderella like a motherfucker, baby.
Yes, but yes, we gonna get right on track. One other straight thought when Ted Lee said when he showed up to the party, JC's party, and he was like, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I should be at home reading my Bible, getting ready for church in the morning. I was like, nah, I know damn well you was at home making them pieces head, pulling them damn card numbers. I'm just playing, but I'm like, I know you was not reading no damn Bible. I don't know what Ted Lee does at home, but
Ted Lee was not. Yeah, you know he wasn't reading the Bible. Not at 1 o'clock in the morning.
maybe that's very nutty energy.
Very nutty.
Like,
And you know the nutty girls love saying they read the Bible, and their life has literally no display of what. So no.
yes, it's like, did you even read it?
Like, right? Maybe Ted Lee wrote his own Bible, that pamphlet that he tried to sell them,
Ooh,
and maybe that's what he reads. A good 7 pages. And
Ted Lee's trying to start his own cult. Like,
goodness, well, they say he got many men.
Cult leader, my goodness.
They say he got many men, baby.
Ooh,
goodness.
But yeah, so move on to the last and final scene of the episode. Astro's little party. It's his birthday. Shout out to him. His Michael Jordan year 23. He basically had it. He basically had a party at like a venue, like in a apartment space, I guess you could say, like, you know, those community spaces.
Yeah.
I feel like they use them a lot. Like they're like in apartments and they just use like a community space. I feel like that's where it was. But I thought it was how did you feel about the party? Because I have feelings or I have thoughts. I would have been disgruntled. I'm not gonna lie. First of all, no shade, Astro, but there's no food, and all you have is I couldn't even see the alcohol. I don't really even mind the alcohol, but like the Hawaiian punch as the chaser, I was like, wait, what is going on?
He's early 20s, so
I was like, whoa, you know what? You're right, but it was jarring. Like it brought me back to that time in my life. Like it brought me back to college. Like, oh my god, what we gonna drink? But oh, somebody said the food came late. Okay, period. Okay, good. I'm just like, because if this drama is going on and y'all starving, baby, I'm about to go DoorDash something because y'all doing too much.
Period.
I'm already hungry. Not you mean a community space, and a community space. Yes, definitely. Have you ever heard of somebody talking like that? Like, I'm not saying he's making it up. It's like just amazing the way he talks, and he's so serious with it. Like, not to say that he's like joking or he doesn't have that accent, but like, I'm like, I know it's real because like even when you're distressed, you pronounce it that way. Like,
it kind of reminds me of like how older Black people put an S in words on words that don't have an S. So I think Astro puts an R in words that don't have an R.
For sure.
Like, and it rolls off his tongue so smoothly. So it might just be a North Carolina thing.
Maybe.
It is.
Wait, putting an S on things that don't have an S, like Donna Summers. It's just Donna Summer.
Or Bridesmaids when the S is spell Bridesmaids, honey. The S is not silent. Anywho,
Myers.
My favorite is Kmart's. I'm like, it's singular. Kmart's. Like, are you about to hit up every Kmart location?
Everyone.
Like, it's singular. But
oh my god,
I'll let you have that.
Yeah. But yes, community for sure. But Astro, Astro has a little situation. And the girls came through. Everybody came through, pretty much. This scene was it was okay. I mean, you know, they was definitely trying to get the drama started, but I don't know, it wasn't really hitting me. I don't know. Keyshawn was calling a lot of people out, but all I could think about was the scene when he was talking about his like career and all of that. And not to like throw that in his face or anything, but just like, I don't know, it just seemed like you projecting because it's like, oh, where's your license and where's this and it's like, why do you care? Like, Did he scam you? Like, did he scam your friend? Like, And I know he's doing it for a storyline, which is fine, but like, I don't know. I want better for them.
I agree.
For sure.
Mm-hmm. Because yeah, this scene was, first of all, they ruined Astro's birthday party. Like, don't bring no fucked up energy to any type of event that I'm having,
Right.
especially my birthday party. And this is why I will always be selective in like who I invite. But poor Astro. But again, no shade. The food should have been there when the guests got there.
I
I feel
wonder
like
what they got.
if people were stuffing their if people were stuffing their face with sausage, then this, if the mouthpieces were full, baby.
Which type though? Because that can
Kielbasa.
go two ways.
The kielbasa, the kieli of the basa.
Okay.
So
That can go two ways.
you get your mind, you filthy whore. But kielbasa, baby.
Speaking about it going two ways, this issue between Keyshawn and
JC.
not 70 JC. Yes, I thought it was 70, but no, it was JC. I'm confused. I don't know what's going on. I don't know the beef, and when we don't know what the beef is, and it don't make no sense.
Mm-hmm.
What we default to.
Did they have? Yeah.
Did they have?
It just seemed to. I don't know why that always like happen though. Like if they did hook up, why does it go left? So now I'm wondering if somebody dug somebody, because Keyshawn said he didn't know JC, even though they took a photo sitting right next to each other.
It's giving Cardi and Ice Spice.
Ice Spice and Lotto.
Okay. Well, Cardi took that picture with Ice Spice.
Wait,
you didn't hear about that drama?
Cardi? No, I did not. No, when this happened?
Oh my god, it's a long story. So long story short, basically somebody came for Cardi about like her, like being like ghetto, or her being perceived as like less ghetto, and like that making her a better rapper, or like getting more acclaim as a rapper and just like as a celebrity and getting all these brand deals. And so she was like, oh, like they were calling her Mexican, I think, or something like that. And then she was like, oh, like I'm Dominican or something like that. Or no, she was saying something about like Ice Spice, or like saying like, oh, she referenced Ice Spice, I guess. And then Ice Spice was like, I'm not, I'm black and you're not, or something like that. And then somebody posted a picture. That's what I get from it. I know I poorly explained it, but yeah. And then the picture came out of nowhere of them together.
It's probably Drake, but
you know what? I feel like Drake does have something to do with this for sure.
We're not gonna get into Little Miss Aubrey.
Yes, I feel like Drake would have something to do with this. I feel like Drake definitely is somewhere.
Drake has a white mama, so
there we go.
Very nutty.
There we go. There we go.
Very nutty.
There we go. Oh, okay. Now that I think about it, Cardi B, Ice Spice was like, "Oh, I'm like no shade, but like I'm black and you're not. Like I have a black parent, like or whatever." And so then like Cardi was like, "Oh, like I'm Dominican, like so like I am black as well. Like my mom is Dominican and my mom is Trinidadian and my dad is Dominican or something." And then she was like, something about like you would know like that picture, and then she like referenced a picture they took, and then Ice Spice posted it, and then that's where the picture came from. So I guess it was from like the VMAs or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know why we spent all that time talking about. I don't know why I got in depth about it. I was trying to explain it like in my mind, but yeah, I don't know. Anyway, Astro's B-Day party. What do you think should have came to the crib for the party? What should he have got? Like what, as in terms of like food, like what do you think he should have ordered?
Ooh, baby, it's Dallas. Ribs, a platter of seafood, and then like maybe two sides, like greens and like macaroni and cheese, or
That's a lot of food.
That
You
is,
know what I'm saying?
but baby, it's a birthday party with with liquor. Yes, I mean I know it's
That's
a lot
true.
of monster feed, but shit, I would have hooked up, tried to work out something with Chef Marquise. Like,
Ooh. Magic User said neither one of them are talented. Next, I wonder who they talk about.
it's about JC and
Oh, and Keyshawn maybe.
I think Magic User might be talking about Keyshawn and
Oh yeah.
Mama.
Okay.
You talk about Jet. My goodness, no Mama Sita.
No, Mama.
And you know what's crazy? You've watched the feud Joan Davis or Betty Crawford, Joan
Yeah,
Crawford.
the feud. Yeah,
You know, Jessica Lange, her housekeeper, her name was Mama Sita.
I remember that. Okay, I remember that.
Goodness.
Oh my god.
Sita.
But yes, I just thought the whole party was. The party wasn't my favorite my favorite scene of this episode. Like I feel like it was okay. I feel like they were trying to get the drama started, but it wasn't really hitting.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I just feel like the beef. I'm like, what's the beef between JC and Keyshawn? Especially since Keyshawn, the way Keyshawn walked away and then spread his ass cheeks, I said, "Sir, what is going on? Like this is giving a lot. This is yeah. I don't know. I don't know what's going on behind that, but yeah. I mean, overall, I think the episode was good, but like I feel like the earlier part of the episode was better than the latter part.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
So if you were to give it like a letter grade, what would you give it?
I would say B minus.
B minus.
Solid
okay.
B. A solid B.
I would probably say B plus. I would say B plus. I'm entertained by the antics right now. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I'm entertained by the antics, and I feel like it's early in the season, and I feel like I really like even reviewing the show right now. Like I feel like I'm starting to like JC more, so I'm glad that they added him, and then Seven Deep and Kesey. So yeah, like I feel like it's shaping up to be a pretty decent season.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what kind of drama is gonna happen, and I just hope it's not like super fake and manufactured. That's all I care about. It is not something like depressing or like going too far or anything like that.
Right.
So, Spicy Original says Sean's funny to me. He cracks me up. He can be funny, but I feel like I don't know. I'm just kind of like, what you got going on though? You know, like I want to see what he's doing or trying to do. Seeing how nice George's party was, then seeing Astro's party right after. Well, you know, Astro's in a different financial situation, which, you know, is what it is. Especially since hearing his story like last season about like, you know, like his relationship with his mom and his brother, like I'm like, okay, like it made me want to root for Astro and like, you know, I see where he's coming from. Like he can't afford to have like all his food, and that's real, especially at a time like this. So, but yeah, do you have a favorite of this episode?
Ariel.
Before we go, you say Ariel.
Yeah, Ariel gonna be my favorite for the rest of the season, baby.
Well, I'm gonna add some balance and say Ted Lee.
Okay, Ted Lee was number 2 because Ted Lee is definitely entertaining. But yeah, Ariel, it's Ariel. It's always gonna be Ariel for me.
Yeah, no, period. Shout out to Ariel. But yeah, that was pretty much the end of the episode. And with that scene in this episode, I also want to call out Astro's leather pants. I was living. The way he put that shit on, he and Brad need to collab. That's what I need. A collab between him and Brea from the Dog season 1 Gemini Films. That would eat. But yeah, those leather pants were eating. I said, look at you just pooching around. I live for Astro. But yeah. It was also funny how it was funny how I think I'm reading it, but I didn't put who I was talking about. Oh, when they got into the argument at the party and and JC was like, he don't know how to talk grammar. I was like, speak grammar? It's just funny that he was trying to correct his grammar, but he said it wrong too. But I think he said it wrong because he was angry. You don't know how to talk grammar. I was like, speak grammar? But that was funny.
It is.
But yeah, that's been our review of of Chasing Dallas episode 2. What was the name of the episode? You
Kiss
always remember.
ASS.
Kiss My Ass. Ooh, okay. Yeah, it was a pretty decent episode. Not too mad at it. Can't wait to see what they have coming next. But just want to say thank you for everybody that came through and entertained our foolishness. And definitely let us know how you feel about the show in the comments. Once this becomes an actual video, and definitely leave a like, comment, subscribe if you haven't, I see you. You watch it. No, I'm just playing. But anyway, but yes, thank you for everybody that came through. And did you have anything to say before we peel out of this live?
No, just wants to thank everybody that came through and everybody's gonna watch this on the playback. Enjoy your weekend, everybody. Stay safe, and we'll see you on the next one.
All right, this has been Key and Carrie, where we key
and we carry.
I've been Damon.
I'm Troy,
and we will see you in the next one. Peace.
Have a good night, everybody.
Bye.